Hey guys, I'm Eric Butler. I'm the general manager here at Kia of Everett, the home of simple, easy fun. People always ask me, hey Eric, what kind of car do you drive? Well, I drive a Kia, and the Kia that I chose was the Kia Telluride. Let's do this. Let's go take a look at it. So, when I knew I needed a new car, and trying to make the decision, I'm just like everybody else. What kind of car should I get? Obviously, being the general manager of Kia of Everett, I wanted it to be a Kia, but I had a couple things I needed to kind of take into consideration. Number one, I have a wife, I have 4 kids, so I need room, and so third row was super important. So that kind of narrowed it down. Styling was important to me, features was important to me, but obviously, having my kids with me, safety was a big one. So I started, doing the research in all the SUVs that Kia has, and I was quickly led to the Kia Telluride. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why I really like my car. Number one, the way that it drives is incredible. It's a beautiful driving car, lots of power. I have no issue getting up to speed on the highway, and I do a lot of time on the highway. The styling of the vehicle, how does it look? I love how my car looks. I mean, I get tons and tons of compliments on my car as far as the styling of it. How dynamic it is as far as in its appearance. So I was going through this decision. I'm down to the Telluride. I know that's the car that I want. So I start looking at functionality. What will this car do? What do I need it to do? Just like a lot of our customers go through. I have a boat, 18-foot boat. It's not super big. It's not super heavy, but I needed something to tow it. So this Telluride has the tow package from Kia, which not only allows you to tow stuff, but it has the self-leveling. So when I do hook my boat to it, it actually lifts it up and makes it even, so it's safer to drive, easier to drive when you have something that you're towing. In addition to that, I have a bike rack. My wife and I like to use to go on long bike rides. We'll pack up our bikes, take them to wherever. This has the hitch, that I can slide my bike rack right into it, super secure. And it looks like $1 million, honestly, when the bikes are on there. When you start talking about the safety, that's where when I start digging into the safety of the vehicle, what I'm driving, the Kia Telluride, is actually not only one of the most popular third row SUVs, but it's actually one of the safest third row SUVs. I mean, it's got all the airbags, it's got the anti-lock brakes, it's got the incredible visibility. It has a amazing backup camera, and what I like about that is when I put my car into reverse, obviously I have a huge camera that I can see everything that's going on, but it also has a sensor that tells me if there's something coming up behind me, from left or right, and it'll actually sound an alarm. It'll vibrate in my steering wheel, and it'll also put an arrow on the screen telling me that what direction that object is coming from. So basically a car is coming, if I'm in a parking lot, the car is coming down the parking lot, my car spots it before I do, and it alerts me so I don't have to worry about backing into it. I'm pretty sure that thing's probably saved me a couple fender benders, which I'm happy to say that I avoided because of that technology. When we start talking about maybe not functionality, but features that my car has that maybe I didn't have to have, but I'm kind of glad that I got. One of the big ones I would probably say would be my sunroof. This thing has a huge sunroof, really opens up the car. The feature that I really like is that my car has leather seats. All 3 rows are leather, and it's not like super cheap leather. It's like really nice thick leather that looks great, that in my eyes is gonna not only look good, but it's gonna probably look good for a long time, and it's gonna probably wear real well, so that in 3 years when I turn the car in after my lease is up, it's gonna look great. So the next owner who gets this car is not only gonna have an incredible car, but it's gonna have an incredible car that looks great and has worn well. I always hear a lot of times when I'm talking to people on their cell phones when they're driving on Bluetooth, it's almost hard to hear them because of all the road noise and all of the, all of the background noise that is coming from the car. I don't get that with this car. My wife tells me it's actually the quietest car she's ever talked to me on when I'm in my car. And I've had a few that were pretty loud. I mean, basically where I would call my wife to let her know I'm on my way home, and she'd be like, okay, great, I'll see you when you get here. Basically, that was her way of telling me I don't want to listen to all of the road noise, which isn't the case in the Kia Telluride. Some of the other things that I really like when we talk about things I'm glad I got when I picked out the car I did, I love the color of my car. It's called Wolf Gray. I just think that it's probably one of the coolest looking cars I've ever had. And I've had a few cars. I haven't had a ton of cars, but it's definitely the nicest one I've ever had. And I'd say as far as the overall appearance of my car, this is definitely by a lot the best looking car I've ever had. And and for me, that I'm kind of prideful about that. I'm happy every time I get to walk out to my car. I'm still fired up. I've had my car for about 4,600 miles now, so I think I got my car 3 months ago, and I'm still super excited about getting into it. I'm still super excited when I get to walk out to it in my driveway, and I know I have a lot of neighbors that are super jealous because I think they probably want to get one too. I probably should let them know that I actually work for Kia of Everett and that they can come get it from me. All right, so those are a couple of things that I like about my Kia Telluride. What I recommend is you come on down to Kia of Everett, come check one out for yourself. I got a bunch of really, really great guys that work here. They'll be happy to go over the car with you, show you all the features. And I guess it would be up to you to see what your best features are, the ones that you're most excited about. So I'm looking forward to seeing you here real soon at Kia of Everett, the home of simple, easy fun.